Hi, welcome back to my channel. I really want to bring you guys some more content. I know lately I haven't done too many videos for you, but I'm going to be right back on track, making more good videos and hopefully inspiring you with some information, some motivation, and I really want to um, touch base on with people how they perceive themselves and how they perceive their life. Because this is so important. A lot of people uh, tie their thoughts to um, the reality that they live in for far too long. And, when you start to make judgments and you start to judge a book by its cover, or when you start to um, not necessarily realize that you can't always expect people to be um, expected to be, you know, of the non expectant. So don't take others for granted. It's a lesson I want to share with you. Um, when you make friends and when you make acquaintances or when you make relationships, in any of those three categories, um, you're involving yourself with people, right? I'll tell you a good tip to make an impact on people. A lot of people hold um, a first impression in their mind of you, right? So people who have an impression of you in their mind will think about you in a specific way because that's what your first impression left upon you of them. And a lot of people, from the first time you make that impression, they're going to remember and they're going to think, oh, this is who this person is, or this is who this person is good at, right? But this does not necessarily define people over the course of a long term um, friendship, relationship, you know. So it's good to make a good first impression. A lot of the times people make impressions, um, they lie, which is bad. Don't lie at the start, uh, you know, be trustworthy, right? If you want to see this person again, people are very good at figuring out lies. Most people are so good at figuring out lies. Like, lying is almost really not useful. Don't lie to your boss at a job. They'll probably find out. Okay, you shouldn't lie on Facebook. People will find out. Um, don't don't be someone who's living a life of lies. First of all, that's going to give you stress, anxiety. People are going to catch you in a lie. It's important to be straightforward, forthcoming with your situation, and people will probably have more sympathy. Like I lose sympathy for people who lie about stuff to get sympathy. You know. But anyways, those are just some things I wanted to touch base with, and they were in no particular order. Sometimes I do like to bring a game plan to um, my videos, but today I guess I'm going to uh, give you a little bit of information that I hope you just find useful, that you can use, right, to become a better person, or really just have more strategy when, entering um, an interview, making new friends, going to try something new, taking courses on something, right? First impression is important. Just like an interview, you really want to have a good first impression. You're trying to sell yourself. A lot of the times in life, you know, The people who speak up are the people who are going to achieve good things in life. You know, if you're the type of person who's just passive and just takes it as it is from everyone else, well, you know, how do you make a statement? How do you go get stuff for yourself? Okay, that's what you need to think about. A lot of people, they're satisfied serving someone else, and by any means, that's not a bad thing to do. But if you're not going to serve for yourself, you know, there's two types of people. There's people who work for themselves, and there's people who work for others. You know, and I'll tell you, working for yourself is great. It's sometimes risky. You know, either way, um, I do a podcast. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Anchor. You should check me out if you like these videos. Jesse Jackson is my name. You can look me up on both of those platforms. I use them apps. I use it on my laptop too. Anyways, so I talk about on my podcast, you know, it's important to be self-deserving, okay? Because people who deserve for themselves, they make a difference in achieving for themselves. If you don't think you deserve a promotion, you're more likely not to take it, right? If you don't think you deserve something, you know, it's not about having a big ego. It's just about thinking, you know, you're good enough because other people are just as good as you are. You know, too many times in society, people put these roadblocks up. Oh, I'm not educated enough. They're more educated. They're more qualified. Yes, sometimes people are going to pick the more qualified and educated person on a resume. That's why you compete to have a nice resume. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to find a job where you're qualified and you're going to move up in a company because you know, your resume wasn't as good as someone else's, right? Opportunity is everywhere when you realize that. Now, another thing, I wanted to make today's video about primarily, are you someone who appreciates yourself? You know, a lot of people, they lack in the self-worth department, right? If you lack self-worth, that correlates to what I just talked about, you being deserving enough, right? If you don't think you have enough self-worth, I'm not good enough, I just can't, I'm not going to be able to do it. You know, if that's your attitude, you got to change that, okay? You know, a lot of jobs are practical. You know, that means a man or a woman can do them. You know? In America and in Canada, where I'm from, you know, a lot of people could work a window at a fast food restaurant, man or woman, right? You know, like a lot of skills are not hard to learn. You know, get as many skills as you can when you're young. At the same time, yes, there is skills that are more valuable than others that are going to pertain to having you making more money. You know, if you can learn how to code, learn how to design an app, you know, learn technology. The three richest companies in the world are all technology, right? Google, Apple, right? Amazon. Well, Amazon's really probably one of the wealthiest companies. It's got the wealthiest owner of a company. So, you know, people should feel good about themselves for being able. You know, a lot of people think they're better at a job than someone else. Well, it doesn't necessarily ring true, you know. Sure, there's people who are good at jobs because they've practiced and they've trained and they've done things at a job more than someone else has. Like, that's a valuable trait, right? If you can go to a job, wherever it is, pick it up quickly, become successful, do things in a way that change the company, that your boss likes, that you're doing, you know, let's say, for example, you work at like an engineering or a manufacturer. Let's say you're a mechanic, right? If you can, you know, if you went to school first, let's say you're getting apprenticeships, right? to be a mechanic. You can do things quickly, be eager for learning, right? It's the eagerness for learning that a lot of people are lacking. I've worked a lot of jobs in my life, and I'm 29 years old, right? Most jobs I've worked at, 95% of the jobs I worked at, most people there weren't eager to learn more. They were satisfied with what someone told them they needed to learn. See, that's ridiculous. If you think about it, you're satisfied with what someone's just wanting to teach you and tell you? No, you need to be eager to learn more for yourself because you deserve more, right? That's what's important, people. It doesn't matter if you work fast food or if you work for an investment company or if you sell real estate. Another important topic I want to bring up is your goals. Okay, what goals are you setting for yourself? PewDiePie, when he first started YouTube, he wasn't sure if he would have a channel as big as he does now with 100 million subscribers. By the way, subscribe down below. You already know my content's good and it's going to be benefiting you. Okay, I'm not into entertainment, I'm into education. Okay, I want to inform people to make better life decisions. So some people surprisingly find a passion where they never thought they'd look. So go out, try new things. I want to inspire people. Make a YouTube video yourself. Make a channel. Something that matters to you. Something that maybe you find important at the same time. I think what people need to do is express their individuality more. I express my individuality with this channel that I have, right? My channel's pretty unique. It doesn't necessarily exemplify a lot of what other channels do, but it's also a very good channel to be producing videos for people who are in need of some inspiration and better ideas for their future. That's what really matters. Setting your goals. Many people have said before me, though, you need goals in life. Okay, what are your goals, ladies and gentlemen? Are your goals big? Are your goals small? Do you have goals after you have done your first set of goals? Do you have another set of goals? Like these are things you could do, and you could write, you could plan. You should write down your goals. You should have goals. Bam. When one's complete, great. Do the next one. Bam. Do the next one. Bam. Do the next one. Before you know it, you'll have everything done that you were thinking about that would take forever. It'll just get done. Life will go on, and you will be feeling great about yourself. Let me tell you, those who do feel good, you can look back in the past and say, wow, I did small things. What an accomplishment. From doing your laundry to making your bed, that's where it all starts. Okay, simple things. Then it can go from, completing education, buying a car, paying off a house, buying a home, starting to buy a home, then finishing to pay off a home, Goals are important. Goals are important to train your brain that goals are important. See, there's some people who just procrastinate and do nothing because they have no goals. And they've never built up that memory that goals are essential. Goals for saving money. Goals for buying something that you really wanted. Be passionate about the stuff that you really want to do in life. Okay? Passion, energy, and excitement go a long way. And I'll tell you another thing. People who go a little bit above and beyond what their job expects them, they get noticed. And let me tell you, here's another thing. Coworkers, bosses will appreciate your energy, your positivity. People appreciate this stuff. Don't take it from me, right? I know this from experience, but I'll tell you this. I've read corporate documents that said, having a positive attitude at a workplace is what the corporation wants you to have. Okay? surprising. McDonald's, they offer you corporate McDonald's. Yeah, smiling as an employee is a good thing. You know, you're going to Walmart. Well, what do they have? They have the little smiley face yellow stickers, right? They want to make you smile. You want to have a good attitude. You know. I'll tell you this: it's draining working in a negative environment all the time. You know, you want to have positive, happy people around you. You know, concentrated, focused people, energetic people with integrity, people who are willing to help and serve. You know, I'll tell you, I understand sometimes, and I've been in this position before. Sometimes it feels a little hopeless when you're at a job and your boss doesn't really already like you. You know, well, you know, try to influence people based on your performance, because that's what's so important in life. You know, everyone wants to judge you on performance. How well does she perform? What kind of information are you valuable with? People won't care unless you have a piece of information that is valuable. Okay, I appreciate you listening, and thank you. Please return and watch my next video. Leave a comment down below.